What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Living. Today I am in downtown Chicago at the Motherlode, the mecca of luxury outdoor equipment. I'm at the Kalamazoo showroom. Today I'm reviewing their new gravity fed smoker. First off, their products are unlike anything I've ever seen. The level of craftsmanship, the level of detail, the high quality design, it's on another level. It's out of control. So I'm really excited to review this. What else is really cool is if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, we are the newest Kalamazoo dealers and you can come see all of Kalamazoo's products in our showroom, which makes sense. We're a luxury barbecue showroom. Why shouldn't we have the most luxurious of them all? Let's roll. Don't forget to subscribe, do all the things, helps us out a ton when you guys do that. All right, so let's talk smoking. Now there's a lot of different options that we can do when it comes to smoking. We could do offset smoking, we could do Kamado style smoking. There's some hybrid systems, even Kalamazoo makes a hybrid system. There's a lot of different alternatives, but a gravity fed smoker is really cool. Now for me personally, what I love about this design is, can you even tell that there's a smoker sitting here, Sawyer? You can't. So it is basically the cutout of a fridge door. So check this out. Boom. There's your smoker system. So you can tell we have a nice, oh, it smells good. Nice gasket system. So we have, and then magnetic controls here. And then our cooking grates slide out here. So capacity wise, it comes standard with 3 grates. We can add a 4th if we want, but you're not going to run out of space with this system here. So basically this is where our food goes, and then our actual controls are right here, which we'll get into in a second. And then we essentially have our chute on the top here. So this is where we're going to fill up our charcoal, and you can see we have some charcoal in there now. Gasket and magnetic controls here. So we're going to fill this up with charcoal. You're pretty much done there. Our air control here. I think my favorite thing about this is, one, it's up out of the way. So for long cooks, it's not taking up space. And then 2, it's easy to use. So we fill up our charcoal, then we don't have to touch that. So that charcoal is gonna last a bazillion hours. Not really, but it's gonna last forever. You should never really have to refill that for a single cook. Now here is where it gets interesting. All right, so we're gonna start our fire here. So that just lifts up out of the way. We're going to start our fire just traditionally. There's no igniter in here, so that's where you have to do a little bit of work. You're going to have to get like a plumber's torch or something and ignite this yourself. Then once we do that, we can get this, oops, up out of the way. And then our valve control here, we're going to connect our fan here, and then we can shut that off. So that would be for shutting the system down. We're going to choke out all the air. But you want to make sure that's open. So we have air control. We have our fan here. And then here, we would just set our temperature. So this one isn't on right now, but let's say we set it to 200, 250, whatever we want to set it to. We set it to 250. Our fan literally pushes oxygen in our firebox for combustion, and it's going to self-regulate the temperature. Does that sound familiar? Sounds like a pellet smoker. Now, what makes this system so cool is, if you're like me, I'm not very good. I wouldn't call myself a pit master. I feel like I'm really, really good on a gas grill. But for briskets and long cooks, I would definitely not call myself a pit master. That's why I love using a pellet smoker, is I can set the temperature and forget it. I don't have to touch that thing again. It's gonna run like an oven. The problem with pellet smokers, in my opinion, is I don't love the flavor profile of pellets. I prefer the flavor profile of charcoal. I think it's a much better flavor. And so we can get competition style barbecue or charcoal style, almost offset smoking with a charcoal system, combined with the technology and ease of use of a pellet smoker. So the fact is, we can set this temperature, and we can set the temperature and kind of leave it be. And then literally we should only have to get in here to spray. Like let's say we're spraying or something, we can put a water pan in here. This is our meat probe, so we can probe our meat and monitor it through here, but you can set this and forget it. And I love that it's up out of the way and completely like hidden, because if you're like me, I'm not smoking that much. Like, I'm just doing it on the weekends, and definitely not every weekend. I'm predominantly using my gas grill. So I want a smoker. I want the ability to have a smoker, but I want it to be hidden away, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be a focal point of my outdoor kitchen. Now, that's just me, and this is where you have to think about your individual needs. I want it to be tucked away and almost like you don't know it's there. But when I want it to work well, and I want it to be easy to use. That's why this is absolutely fantastic. No, even if you're a big time smoker and you love it, this still is awesome because everything I just explained to you. This thing's awesome. Check it out. If you want to see it in our showroom, come to Denver, Colorado. If you want reviews on all the other Kalamazoo products, look on the links below. We can help you design any kitchen space you have. We'll see you guys next time.